Adrian Montero, Head of Global Partnerships at OnAudience. Welcome to Cannes. It's only Tuesday, but how's your week been so far?
Busy. It always is, right? This is Cannes.
What sort of conversations are you having with those parties here this week?
A lot of the conversations with our partners are around AI. You have to talk about it, right? But
Yeah,
how
you
do
have
we
to.
connect our agentic with your agentic? So there's lots of MCP chats, and that is something that is a kind of common conversation that I'm having.
So agentic's like a key word this year, I'm thinking. What?
Yes. So that's basically the decisioning. Is it just pulling information, or is it making some kind of decision? And is there an output that can then be pushed into something else through the MCPs? That's kind of how we're connecting each other to each other. So if my MCP is doing something with our agentic workflow, and yours is doing something with yours, a lot of platforms and companies have been kind of mandated or told that we need to work through this type of way going forward.
Yeah.
So being able to plug yours in really helps.
Amongst all this technology, of course, there's the ongoing issue of privacy. How is that being handled and dealt with?
Privacy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
data privacy, you know.
It's a pretty standard thing now. I mean,
Is it?
GDPR has been around for nearly 10 years.
A long time, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with how privacy works and you're not kind of up to standard, then you need to really have a chat with your data privacy officer, your general counsel if you have one. But no, privacy is not a problem for us. We're cookieless by design.
Yeah.
We are on the TCF in Europe. We're in IAB Europe as well. So
That's
and
the
IAB
TCF. The
UK.
TCF is the
Consent framework.
consent framework. That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But it's constant. I don't think these things are sort of enmeshed in concrete. They're constantly evolving and changing.
They
system.
can do, because it's a lot of, for instance, some companies use a lot of kind of consent mechanisms that we don't necessarily agree with, right? So there's a reason why we don't necessarily work with HEMS in Europe at any scale, because we're not confident on some of the consent mechanisms in place, and that's something that we take really strongly because we are a publicly listed company. We can't take risks in that way. We have to work in the proper way. There's no kind of advantage to try and do a quick deal and to try and push things through. It's better to crawl before walk before run and make sure everything is done in the right way.
There's a lot of events and meetings and stuff happening here this week. Are there any sort of themes emerging that have struck you so far?
The themes are, it's going to sound kind of boring, but yeah, AI, consolidation. There's a lot of conversations about which identity resolution, which clean room, which data provider or data focused business is doing something interesting for throughout which part of the process, and do you know these guys, and are these guys great to work with, and can they do this? And there's a lot of those kind of conversations. But I also say we're in a people-focused industry. So
Not a tech-focused industry.
the tech is operated by people, and look, everyone's tech works, right? Everyone's product works, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Some works better than others, but ultimately, I always say to my partners and clients, chat to everyone, understand what they do, and just figure out who you want to chat to again, right? So build the relationships. Relationships shouldn't be too transactional, and I think that's kind of where some people fall away in terms of building actual relationships, because it needs to be transactional, when sometimes it doesn't at the beginning.
You're here, I'm guessing, for most of the week?
Yes.
So what have you got coming up?
Coming up, well, England's playing today, so there's a lot of chat about where you're watching it, who's showing it.
Mustn't forget that.
Yeah, do we need to register? And it's like, I don't know. I'm probably going to ask a few other people and compare notes. But yeah, it's England today. Then there's a few drinks tomorrow. I'm going to this thing that happens every year in Cannes, and it's kind of for Asians in advertising. It's run from the States. So a couple of years ago, it was like in a Filipino bar. This year it's kind of, I think, more Korean focused. So that's going to be interesting. And that's one of those little niche things that happens in Cannes that no one really knows about it. unless you're either connected to someone or part of a community, and those are the really interesting stuff that happens out here.